All right, Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen took the podium to discuss beating Shadur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns on their own home field. This was a much closer game than people thought, though. Got to be honest, the Cleveland Browns definitely had a shot down the stretch, but that garbage offensive line folded on them as usual, and Josh Allen showed why he's one of the best quarterbacks in the world, and he made big-time plays down the stretch. He had a lot of guys dropping wide open.
Listen to this. Deion Sanders just stepped over a line nobody expected after his son Shadur got put on blast on national TV by Josh Allen and the Bills. Hold up, because Coach Prime did not bite his tongue. What he dropped about Josh Allen in that post-game interview has the entire NFL choosing sides right now. Some folks are calling it a father standing 10 toes down for his kid. Others are saying Deion may have just pulled the pin on the biggest coaching mistake of his career. And girl, once you hear what really went down between these two, you'll see why people are calling this the most volatile beef of the 2024 season. Buckle up, because this story has layers you absolutely didn't see coming.
It wasn't the prettiest way we can win. Got some stuff to clean up, but we'll take a victory.
What happened? Midway through the second quarter, you guys were smoking, and then it all went away. What happened?
Well, they get paid too on that side to make adjustments and make plays, and I feel like starting with me just didn't make enough plays, especially in that second half, taking the boneheaded sack there right before half, not giving us a chance to double dip. So a lot of stuff to clean up.
Listen to this. Here's how it really went down. Buffalo Bills versus Cleveland Browns. Josh Allen versus Shedeur Sanders. The whole father versus son storyline wrapped up in one matchup. And hold up, because heading into this game, everyone knew this one was personal for Deion. His son Shadur was out there fighting to prove he belongs, trying to show he's more than just Coach Prime's name and shadow. And honestly, what louder statement could you make than lining up across from Josh Allen, one of the baddest quarterbacks in the league right now? But here's where things start getting spicy. The actual game was way tighter than anybody predicted. I'm talking edge-of-your-seat football. Most people thought Buffalo would steamroll Cleveland, that Josh Allen would put on a masterclass and send Shedeur right back to square one. That's not how it played out, not even remotely. The Browns showed up ready. Shedeur showed up ready, and for long stretches, it genuinely looked like this young QB might pull off the upset nobody saw coming. We're talking about a player who's been questioned his whole career, who's carried the weight of being Deion Sanders' son, whose mistakes get blown up 10 times bigger because of his last name. And yet, he was out there slinging it, keeping drives alive, showing a calm that, let's be real, caught a lot of folks off guard. But then reality checked in. That Cleveland offensive line completely caved when it mattered most. I mean, a full-on breakdown. Shedeur had no time late in the game, zero breathing room, and zero protection. And when you're facing a Bills defense that smells blood, that's how things go left fast. Josh Allen capitalized, did what elite quarterbacks do, and Buffalo walked away with the win. Now listen closely, because this is where the story shifts. Josh Allen steps up to the podium for the post-game press conference. You can read it all over his face. He knows the game wasn't the domination people expected. He talks about it being ugly, about mistakes, about plays he'd want back. The guy stays humble, gives Cleveland their respect, and admits that Shedeur and the Browns pushed him to the limit.
Those are typically tough to get a sneak. So anytime it's longer than really one, you're kind of holding on to yourself there. So I love the play call. The play was there, and I can get it out to him a little bit quicker. And we know what happens there. So,
and this is where things really turn up, because while Josh Allen is at the podium being calm, respectful, and buttoned up, Deion Sanders is backstage losing it. Listen to this. Word starts circulating inside the stadium that Coach Prime was going off in the Cleveland locker room. Not at his players, not at Shadur, but at Josh Allen and the Bills. Now hold up, because you got to understand Deion Sanders to understand this moment. This is a man who built his legacy on swagger, confidence, and saying it with his chest, and then backing it up. He's never been the type to quietly accept a loss. And watching his son take that L, even though Shedeur left it all on the field, even though the loss wasn't really on him, hit Prime on a different level. Sources close to the situation started saying Deion felt Josh Allen and the Bills were being disrespectful during the game, that they were running it up when they didn't have to, that the celebrations were over the top, too emotional and too personal, especially against a rookie quarterback already fighting an uphill battle behind a shaky offensive line. And look, I'm not mad at him for feeling that way. I get it from a father's perspective. You're watching your kid get hit, rushed, and pressured on damn near every snap, still giving everything he's got against one of the league's elite teams, doing it with almost no protection. That's frustrating. That'll make any parent want to go to war. But here's the part that has the entire NFL world split right down the middle. Did Josh Allen actually cross a line? Or is this just a dad who can't stomach seeing his son lose? So let's actually break down what Josh Allen said in that press conference. The man straight up owned his mistakes. He talked about taking a dumb sack before halftime. He admitted he didn't make enough plays in the second half. He praised Cleveland's defense for adjusting. He called James Cook the best running back in football and said his offensive line did an incredible job neutralizing Myles Garrett. Be real. Does that sound like disrespect? Does that sound like a quarterback trying to embarrass Shedeur Sanders? Because Deion wasn't buying any of it. According to multiple reports that surfaced after the game, Coach Prime went on a rant about how the NFL protects certain quarterbacks, about how young black quarterbacks like Shedeur don't get the same grace, about how media narratives are written before these kids even touch the field. And honestly, there's truth in that. Shedeur Sanders has been fighting perception battles his entire career. People see the last name and assume everything was handed to him. They ignore the work. They ignore the talent. They ignore the mental toughness it takes to play quarterback in the NFL while carrying the weight of Coach Prime's son. And when you actually turn on the film from this game, Shedeur was dealing. He was dropping dots when he had time. He completed over 2/3 of his passes, which matters when you consider his completion numbers have been rough all season. He made clutch throws under pressure. There was even a play late where he got flushed out of the pocket and still delivered a perfect strike to Malachi Corley. That's NFL-level quarterback play, period.
And it's 2nd and 13 at the Buffalo 30, and this is not good. Shedeur had Judkins out of the backfield on a little quick slant across the middle out of the backfield. And he threw just slightly behind him, and Judkins is not a wide receiver.
The issue was never Shedeur. It was everything happening around him. That offensive line got absolutely cooked. The play calling turned conservative at the exact moment they needed to step on the gas. The defense couldn't come up with stops when it counted. And yeah, Shedeur threw 2 interceptions, but one literally ricocheted off Quinshon Judkins' hands and shoulder pads, and the other got tipped right at the line. Those aren't clean quarterback mistakes. So when Deion goes off in defense of his son, you can understand where that emotion comes from. This is a father watching his kid take heat for losses that aren't really on him, watching the national media rip apart a young quarterback who's honestly playing better than the box score shows, and watching the same tired narrative follow Shedeur everywhere he goes, that he's always going to be Deion's son instead of being recognized as his own man. But here's where things start getting messy, because the moment Deion started singling out Josh Allen, the moment he made it personal, that's when the NFL world pushed back. Josh Allen has been nothing but class his entire career. He just led his team to a tough road win, owned his mistakes at the podium, gave credit where it was earned, and kept it moving. He didn't trash Shedeur. He didn't clown the Browns. He handled it like a pro. So when Deion comes out swinging at Josh Allen, it starts to feel less like a father protecting his son and more like someone struggling to accept a loss. And that's not a great look for Coach Prime, especially when he's trying to build legitimacy at the NFL level. The timing only adds fuel to the fire, because Josh Allen is in the middle of an MVP-type season. The Bills are legit Super Bowl contenders, and now you've got Deion Sanders, one of the loudest, most influential voices in football, putting a spotlight on him. Does that fire Josh Allen up even more? Does it give him extra motivation? Or does it turn into a distraction nobody needed? And then there's Shedeur. How does he really feel about his father fighting these battles for him? Because at a certain point, if you're trying to establish yourself as an NFL quarterback, you've got to stand on your own. You've got to let your play speak. Having your dad go on public rants after every loss doesn't help the perception. It actually feeds it. And now the NFL community is split straight down the middle. You've got one side saying Deion is absolutely right, that the league has double standards, and that young black quarterbacks don't get the same grace as guys like Josh Allen. And listen, there's real truth in that. We've seen that story play out in this league for decades.
Meet with your guys on the field and let them get out of here. Guys, don't go home speeding. You're going to get there. You're getting there 30 minutes earlier. Ain't going to really make no difference. Ain't nobody going to clap hard for you just because you got there 30 minutes early, all right? Speed limit, abide by that. Please don't get caught. No weed, no drugs, no alcohol, drunk driving, anything on the way home. I'm dead serious about that. Please don't go home.
But then you've got the other side saying Deion needs to step back and let Shedeur fight his own battles. That going directly at Josh Allen crosses a line. That this whole thing is manufacturing drama where there didn't need to be any. Josh Allen played his game, won it fair and square, and kept it respectful afterward. So what exactly more do you want from him? Now here's my honest take, and I know this might rub some people the wrong way. I think two things can be true at once. I think Deion is absolutely right about how young quarterbacks are judged differently, about how narratives get written before players even get a real chance to define themselves, about how Shedeur has dealt with unfair criticism basically his entire football life. All of that is real. All of that matters. But I also think singling out Josh Allen was the wrong play. Josh Allen didn't do anything foul here. He played the game, won the game, and carried himself with class afterward. If Deion wants to shine a light on bigger NFL issues, systemic bias, quarterback evaluations, media narratives, that's valid. But making it personal with Josh Allen weakens the very points he's trying to make. And here's the part nobody is really saying out loud. This could end up hurting Shedeur more than it helps him. Because now every Browns game, every snap Shedeur takes, the storyline shifts to his dad, to Deion stepping in, to Coach Prime going to war on his behalf. That's not what Shedeur needs right now. He needs space to build his own identity, his own name, his own legacy. And let's be clear, the kid can flat out play. We saw it against Buffalo. He made throws that showed exactly why he was drafted. He showed composure under pressure. He lined up against one of the best quarterbacks in the league and didn't flinch. That's the story that should be leading the conversation, not post-game rants. Looking ahead, this situation's going to be fascinating to watch. Does Deion double down? Does Josh Allen respond? Or does he stay silent and take the high road? Do the Bills and Browns see each other again this season? And if they do, how much extra heat does that matchup carry now? And most importantly, how does Shedeur Sanders handle all of this moving forward? Because at the end of the day, he's the one under the lights every Sunday. He's the one carrying the pressure, the expectations, and the microscope. A father fighting battles can only take you so far. Eventually, you got to stand on your own. So now I want to hear from you. Jump in the comments right now. Is Deion right for defending his son like this, or did he cross the line going at Josh Allen? Did Shedeur play well enough to earn more respect, or are the criticisms fair? And be real, if the Browns and Bills run it back, who are you taking? This story isn't close to finished. The tension between Deion and Josh Allen might just be heating up. And Shedeur Sanders, he's stuck right in the middle, trying to prove he belongs while battles are being fought around him. If you made it to this point, you're one of the real ones. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, drop a like on this video. We're covering all the drama, all the controversy, and all the stories the mainstream won't touch. This is only the beginning. Now get in those comments and tell me, Team Deion or Team Josh Allen?